It takes two parties to talk this through, and we encourage both sides to get to the table. We have a resolution here which says that today in Special 1, as we passed unanimously before. And we hope that because this is the last council day, this will give the impetus to our fellow constituents, be they producers or writers, though I believe the writers are still at the table, last I checked. We have done an amazing job around this horseshoe for the industry. We have often made sure that we have a way of ensuring that filming stays here in Los Angeles, whether it's the permitting process, through that as well. We've also made our city buildings available for free for filming. At the studios themselves, we have looked at helping those studios expand the use of their studio space by giving them the help with the entitlement process and the zoning and the land use to make sure that they stay vibrant. And we've also made entertainment sector the lowest payers of our city's business tax. So we have put ourselves forward helping this industry out, and now we wanted to help Los Angeles and resolve this strike as quickly as possible. I ask you for your help. I thank the writers who have been so patient here today, and we thank you for putting a human face on what this is. So thank you, and I urge your support today. Our constituents from Los Angeles, the middle class workers from the Writers Guild of America, this morning we had a hearing in our Housing, Community, and Economic Development Committee to look at the human face of this strike. It's been 7 long weeks since the writers' strike began, and it's time to resolve this with a fair contract and get everybody back to work. We heard this morning that this strike is costing us millions of dollars. Millions of dollars out of middle-class families, millions of dollars, probably tens of millions of dollars directly to the city budget. And that affects every single Angelino. That means that we have to find money out of our libraries, out of our fire stations and police divisions. We simply cannot let this strike go on, and we need both parties to be back at the table. The entertainment industry here is a critical part of the landscape of Los Angeles. But it is not just an industry. It is filled with human beings, the faces of whom we saw today, the working class men and women, the mothers with their children, the people who put together not only the dreams that we see in the shows, but also who live out the day-to-day dreams of their own lives here in Los Angeles. And we also heard about the human face of the industries that are affected by this strike. We know the florists and the caterers, the restaurant companies, folks who directly are impacted by this strike. And the economic impact reports that we heard showed how a prolonged strike will hurt our city's bottom line. If this continues, this strike will affect every single one of us in Los Angeles. Millions of Angelinos are counting on a swift resolution. And so today in City Council, we are introducing a rule pursuant to a motion pursuant to Rule 23 of our council rules to bring an emergency motion to urge both parties to come back to the table immediately. We need to make sure that nobody leaves that table, and I know the writers feel that they never left it. So let's make sure. Writers are often ready to write, but right now they're ready to talk. And we need the other party, our motion picture, our television producers, to be at the table with them. Nothing can happen when people leave the table. And all of us in Los Angeles are counting on both parties to do the right thing, to get back to the table immediately, and we have a direct stake in this. So with that, I'd like to introduce, from the Writers Guild, I'd like John Bauman to come forward to say a few words as well.
Thank you, President President. I'd also like to thank the City Council for scheduling this hearing on the economic impact of the strike in the City of Los Angeles. We were here. I'm sorry, unfortunately, that no representative of management was here. The AMPTP wasn't here. They chose not to send anybody. And if they had been here, they would have heard about the devastating economic impact that this strike is having. Somewhere between $400 million, conservatively, to $2.5 billion are the estimates of the economic damage of this strike on the City of Los Angeles. We are here at the bargaining table. We never left the bargaining table. But we cannot prevent this economic impact from happening unless they return to it. And they can't return with ultimatums. They have to return and bargain in good faith. So we're all here. We're here. This is our community. This is the community of writers. We didn't take this strike easily. We didn't want to go on strike. We went because we were forced to go on strike. We weren't getting a fair share of the future of this business on the internet. We're going to be here and we're going to be negotiating until we get a fair deal. But I would like to take this opportunity right now to tell our bargaining partners to please return to the table. It's ridiculous. Issuing ultimatums and leaving will not get the job done. If you care about the city of Los Angeles, and I'm not just talking about the AMPTP, I'm talking about the CEOs who represent these companies, return to the bargaining table before this devastation gets any worse than it is right now. Thank you, and thank everybody behind me for staying solid, for staying united.